Hey, welcome back to another episode of How I Cook. I'm Stephen and Frederick. Well, peaches are looking really good out there now. So I'm going to do 2 peach recipes this time. First, we have to peel these peaches. And a really easy way to peel the peaches is I have a bowl of boiling water here. We're going to put the peaches, the whole peaches, in the boiling water for about a minute. Seven peaches. We're going to use 3 peaches for one of the recipes and 4 peaches for the other. So we'll just give that a minute. I then have a bowl of ice water here, and I put ice cubes in it. And what we're going to do is after about a minute, take the peaches out, put them in the ice water to shock them so they'll stop cooking, and then I'll show you how easy it is to peel them. So it's been around a minute. I'm going to take the peaches out, put them in the ice water, and then we'll do our next step. These peaches look beautiful. Make sure we turn that off. So we take a knife, we cut a little, and then look at that. The skin comes right off. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to peel the rest of them and cut the 7 peaches into chunks, and then I'll be back with you once everything is ready to go. All right, see you in a little. So the first recipe we're going to make are peach fritters. I really love peach fritters, and I have fond memories from childhood. At least once a summer, my father would get a basket of peaches and bring it home. And my mother would, one of the things she would make is peach fritters. And we would have peach fritters for dinner. It's such a fond memory. So that's what we're going to have for dinner tonight, peach fritters. You can make these as a side dish. You can make these as a dessert, a breakfast, whatever. But these beautiful peaches, this is 3 peaches that I just cut up, are going to be the star of this recipe. The rest of the ingredients are quite simple. First, a cup of flour. Second, 3 tablespoons of sugar. A tablespoon and a half of baking powder. Not baking soda, baking powder. A dash of salt. And a dash of cinnamon. Whisk all this together. This is your dry ingredients. Next are your wet ingredients. A 1/3 cup of milk. I'm using 1% milk, but you can use whatever you want. 1 egg. And a dash of vanilla. And whisk it all together. It's pretty clumpy, it's pretty dry, but that's okay. We haven't added the juicy peaches yet. Next, we're going to add the peaches. They're going to add a lot of liquid. And there you have it. That's basically it. You can see the chunks of peach. These are peach fritters, so we want to really taste the peach. So I'm just going to let this rip. Be careful when you have water, wet hands, or anything about hot oil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this sit a minute while I clean all this up. I have a pot here with some vegetable oil in it. I've been heating the vegetable oil for quite some time. It should be around 350, 360 degrees. Just put a little, yep. Immediately the batter starts to bubble. This is exactly what we want. I have a scoop here, 1/8 cup. You can use a bigger one, but I don't really want really huge fritters. I want these to be light, tender. You can eat more of them. You don't have to eat one massive one or two massive ones. So, I'm going to spray the scoop with vegetable oil. This way the batter will slip out. And I'm just going to put in the oil. They're going to cook for 2 to 3 minutes. Just have to be careful. Don't let it get too high to bubbling over. Using my spider. Ooh. Be careful. Stand back a little. The moisture in the peaches will cause the hot oil to pop. These are light and fluffy and exactly the way I wanted them to be. Because these are smaller, we're going to do closer to 2 minutes. Between 2 and 3 minutes. And I'm going to take them out. Put them on paper towels to drain. These look beautiful. We'll let the oil come back up to temp. These are hot. Ready? So our next batch. Whoop. And there they go. Off to the races. So time to take this batch out as well and put on the paper towels. So there's still more batter, and I will not waste this batter. I'm just not going to make it now. I think this is plenty enough for dinner for 2 people. So, not necessary, but always delicious, is powdered sugar on fritters. I know sometimes people use a glaze made with confectioner's sugar. I just like the old tried and true powdered sugar. So, pour a little powdered sugar into a strainer. And make it snow. So there you have it. Fritters, peach fritters with summer local peaches that are delicious. This was very easy. It's very delicious. I'm sure you and your family will enjoy it. I'll see you back in a little, and we're going to make peaches and cream. All right. Okay, now for our second recipe, peaches and cream. It's a little more complicated than just peaches and cream. We have our 4 peaches that I've already peeled. I find it easy if you go around the center of the peach. in half, and then the stone comes right out. Before I dice up the peaches, I want to make a syrup. So I'm gonna have a pan here, 1/3 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of water. So it's not 1-to-1. For a simple syrup, you would do 1-to-1. This, there's a little less liquid, and we're going to heat that up so it becomes more like a syrup. I'm also going to put a few shakes of cinnamon in. Cinnamon and peaches, a really nice combination. So now let's chunk up the peaches. It doesn't take long for this to boil and to thicken because there's so little sugar and so little water. So you can see this is becoming syrupy, which is exactly what we want. We're now going to put the peaches in the syrup. Let them get coated. Move them around so they get the sugar, cinnamon, and water. So you can see it's becoming syrupy. It's not as liquidy. We're now going to take this off the heat and pour it into a glass bowl. Getting all the goodness out. And now 1 pint of heavy cream. We're just going to pour that in. And we're going to mix all this up. We will let this sit for a few hours, at least 3 hours, in the refrigerator. What we want is the flavor of the peaches and the cinnamon to permeate the cream, and the flavor of the cream and the cinnamon to permeate the peaches. So into the refrigerator this goes. We'll be back in a few hours, and we'll put it in dishes, and you'll see how beautiful it is. Okay, see you in a little. Okay, so it's been around 5 hours, and I took the bowl out of the refrigerator. It's thickened up quite a bit. And if you want to serve it fancy, you can put the peaches and cream in a wine glass. We did this previously with the strawberry episode. And then, of course, wipe it down. Or just use a regular dessert dish. So, the best part of this is I get to taste it. So, make sure I get some peach. So good. You get the full flavor of the summer peaches. The cream is really nice, and then that little bit of cinnamon. Really good. I recommend you make this. I hope you enjoyed this peachy episode with our fritters and our peaches and cream. Okay, remember, this is how I cook. Not the way you should do it, not the right way. This is how I cook. Take care. See you next time.